welcome to my channel. Today I am so excited to introduce you guys to a very special guest who has a very interesting and unique business. She is a luxury playhouse designer located in Southern California, and she is Gigi Arnold, the owner of Gigi's Playhouses. In this video, we're going to talk about her success in her business and what it's been like being her own boss and navigating this really interesting business market. So I hope you enjoy it and get something out of it. Thanks for meeting me. I love your work. You are one of my favorite entrepreneurs. I've been following your journey way back since 1994, since the day I was born. This woman taught me everything I know about making things and being able to look at something and then make it in real life. You do it with food, you do it with fashion, and you do it with wood even. So there's nothing you can't build and design and make a reality. So let me ask you to tell us the story about how you started designing and building luxury playhouses.
Many years ago when you were little, you must have been about, I don't know, 6 or so. That was a long time ago. And I wanted to build a playhouse. Ever since I was little, actually, I always liked the idea of home. And I played with dolls, and I would make little furniture and make little cardboard houses and cut out the windows and make shutters and do all that. So it was always in me, I guess, because my dad was a construction guy and he did a lot of carpentry. I watched him do it, but he never showed me how to do anything. I just watched him. And so then when you guys were little, I had a big backyard. I was like, I want a playhouse. I was trying to do it in the tree, but then that just didn't work out. So I was like, let me just stay on the ground. And I had a full-time job, and I had a little Honda CRV, and I'd put the wood in the back of the car every day. I'd get a few pieces and bring it home because I didn't have a truck. So I would just do little by little, and I built it, and I loved it, and it was, I was addicted to it, and so then we had this beautiful playhouse. So then years later, maybe I'm thinking 10 years later, I was sick of my job, and I kept my job for a long time, but I was thinking, what could I make? I started reading books and reading about doing things that make you happy. So if I could figure out what I like to do that I'm good at, that makes the time stand still, makes the day go by fast, you know. And I had to think about it. I was like, oh yeah, I remember I made that playhouse and I loved it. So then I just went and built one, and I sold it right away, and I sold it to a family that had a pregnant goat.
Wow, the first one went to a goat? I didn't know that.
They were so happy. They came with their trailer. They were so happy to get that it was like a little 4x4 shutter windows, very, simple. I don't even have a picture of it. I wish I had a picture of it. Yep, they bought it for their pregnant goat.
Wow.
And then I was like, I'm going to do this. This was exciting.
Cool.
I still had my job, and then I was making them, I have little old pictures of the shutters. They're not as nice, but I was learning. And then I had a guy, Rick, that would help me, and so he would work while I'm at work. He'd be working when I'd get home. He didn't get to have a lot done, but he taught me a lot.
That's good.
So then we were doing that for a few years, and on my off time we'd install on the weekend, and we'd do it little by little. It wasn't too many. And then 2014 I left my job, and long story short, I've been doing playhouses ever since.
Wonderful. So speaking of this pregnant goat, I know that you make a lot of playhouses for animals, not just children. So tell us all the different animals that you've made houses for, if you can think of them.
So we've done for lots of pigs. Families love their pigs. They're like family members. I'm telling you, they have them in the house. They're sleeping on their beds, all that, like a dog. So we've done pigs. We've done turtles, cats.
How big is a turtle house? Like a big house?
Like a dog house.
Oh, okay.
And usually for the turtle, we make the roof where you can pull it up.
Oh, yeah.
So they can clean it.
Okay, I remember that one.
Yep. And a little ramp so they can go, up the ramp. Turtles, I don't know, dogs, cats. Cats are great. We fenced it in, made a nice cattery. We've done a few of those. And I think turtles, cats, pigs. Oh, I'm sorry, chickens, hen houses. Yes, we've done a few hen houses. They are beautiful. They really appreciate it.
All right, so hens, those ones are really cute. I'll put a picture for sure. And how much of the manual labor do you do yourself when you make the houses? How much of it is you and other people?
Oh, wow. It's hard to say now because John helps me so much. But he does most of all the cutting. Believe it or not, I don't even like using a handsaw.
No?
A table saw. Nope. I use a jigsaw, and then I have my saw here that sits on the table. Nope, but I know how to use it, but they're just so heavy, and I don't know. I don't like the big blade. I know that sounds really amateur, but as a business owner, that sounds weird. But no, I like to do everything but that. Yeah. So he does all the cutting, and then all the heavy lifting. But I do all the designing as far as the measurements. He leaves it up to me because if anything goes wrong, it's my fault, not his. Yep. He's like, nope, you drew that line. Nope, I didn't. I don't want to have anything to do with that. But then I'll try to make him go behind me and double check my work too.
That's good.
A lot of times you need two eyes, and I can't, trust myself all the time. So I'm like, can you look at this? And so we do that a lot, but I would say, I don't know, almost 50-50, 75, but he does a lot of work. He does the roof too. I don't do the roof. He does all of that.
When you started though, you were doing most of the work, right? You said you had Rick helping you, but haven't you done some playhouses like start to finish by yourself too?
The very first one I did all by myself, and maybe a few after that was all by myself. And then Rick, he needed some work, and I was like, can you do this? Can you do that? And that's how it started. But no, I can definitely do it, especially the small ones, because the ones I do now are mostly all 8 feet, so it's easier for him to get up the ladder. But anything that's under 8 feet, 6 feet, I can do it by myself. I could.
And my next question is, how do you find your customers? That's a very niche service that you're offering, so where do people go to find out about you?
Well, we've been really blessed. We've been really lucky that I don't spend any money on advertising.
Wow.
And everything is Facebook. Thank God for Facebook. We have our Facebook page. And for some reason, people find us. I don't know how they find us, but they find us on Facebook. We've heard a lot of people say they find us on Google. And they look it up, and I've had people find us from other states, and they're asking, do you deliver in Chicago? And I'm thinking, how did they find us? I don't know. So it's all Facebook, Marketplace, Facebook Marketplace, Google, and sometimes I'll put something on OfferUp, or
you used to use a lot of Craigslist as well. You used to.
I used to, but I don't do that much anymore. But I should. But we're so busy, I don't even have to.
Yeah.
But OfferUp and Let Go, I'll find people that are looking for something, but they don't really know what they're looking for. So they'll see something, and then they'll change the whole. They'll see something that I'm offering, and then they'll just change the whole order and make it custom. So that works too.
Cool. And now I'm going to pivot a little bit and ask you, what is it like being your own boss, and what do you love about that? How has that been for you?
Oh, it's a breath of fresh air. I appreciate the dark times in my life when I had a boss. I always loved working. I loved doing office work and working with a business, but people on power trips and bad bosses, and it just after a while that gets old. So it was just, I guess, a blessing for me, because everybody doesn't have that experience. They stay at their jobs forever. They have great bosses. They have great relationships. But for me, for some reason, I don't know, maybe I'm a little rebel.
Yeah.
But, I've always tried to be a good employee and do my work, but the issues that I had nothing to do with my work. It was just maybe I'm socializing a little bit too much, which everybody does, but for some reason they pick on me. So then, so now, and then when I used to work, if I had a day off and I'd be home, it'd be so nice to just be home. And I'm like, wow, this is nice. And so now it's like I have that every day. And I love the opportunity to be in control of my time. That's what it is. It's control of my time.
Is it natural for you to manage it well? Do you ever find it hard to get up and get your work done or anything? Or how has that been for you? That's something a lot of people struggle with when they're working for themselves.
Good question. I actually have learned I'm a very good self-motivator.
That's good. And I guess it helps when you're doing something you love, when you
Yes, it does. And yes, it is a drag. Sometimes it's hard to get up and like, oh God, I have so much to do today. but just start doing it, and then you get over that real quick. You get over, as soon as you get into it, then you forget all about the time, and next thing you know, it's time for dinner. And it's like, oh God, the day's gone by, but I get a lot done. I love the sense of accomplishment at the end of the day too,
because you know exactly what's happening, what exactly you've done, and where that efforts are going. Not like at a company where it's repetitive or whatever. Sometimes.
Yep. Nope. And it's always different. So no, the main thing is my free time. And so if Quentin has a basketball game, we just stop. We're going, go up to the school, watch the game, come back, get back in the shop. Only hard thing is changing your clothes all the time.
Yeah.
So if I have to go to the store, I have to go change my clothes from out of my paint clothes to my regular clothes,
Yeah.
So, but that's a good problem to have.
Yeah. And I've also heard if you've ever been overwhelmed or if you've ever been in that drag mode, I've always heard you transition to gratitude immediately. You don't stay in that mindset. You're always just like, but I'm so glad I'm doing this. I'm so glad I have customers. I've never heard you once complain about being in this work because it's what you love. So that's awesome. And so, how much is a typical investment in one of your playhouses? Like if somebody was watching this thinking about ordering one, what would they expect to spend?
And recently I had this. I always ask the families, how old are the kids? Because sometimes they want a little one and they want it within their budget, but it just won't work for an 8-year-old or a 10-year-old for a little 6x6. They won't use it long. So I really take that into consideration, and I try to push them to go a little bit bigger, so that you can have the use out of it. So your money is well spent. You can have it for years. I'm going through that right now. So I would say most of the people, the smallest we go, we can do 4x4, but that's really not much. 5x5, 6x6 is a good general size, but 8x8, 10x10, 10x12 is the biggest we go. So the biggest would be about $4,000 for a 10x12. But the unique thing about our company and services is that we paint it inside and out. We do it with love. If I had thought about what we do now, I would have probably changed our name to Playhouses with Love or something, because we put so much love into these houses that we want it to look beautiful, I don't like eyesores. So we paint it, we do the flooring, paint the ceiling, curtains, lighting, doorbell, flower boxes, shutters, all that. You can go to Tough Shed, you can go to Home Depot, Lowe's. They have these online companies up north that will send it in the mail. Then you have to put it together. It's not painted. It doesn't have flooring, curtains, all that. So what we do is we try to do everything for most of these families are families that the father can build it, but he just doesn't have the time or the tools. And, so we just do everything so you don't have to. All you have to do is get your furniture and move in. That's all you have to do. So unless you want to paint it and you want to save some money, or like recently we had a family that they wanted to do all of it, and the family got in, and it's a great experience for them. And so like I said, about $4,000 for the bigger one, and then going up from $2,000, $2,500 for 8x8 with everything, and then we work around your budget too. We work with people.
So if somebody wanted like the nicest playhouse you have on your website, $4,000 would be the range. Something like that?
And that's delivered and installed too.
That's so good. I can't, there's no like custom home, no, there's no such thing. And
that's a room edition, 10x12. That's big.
And so just really briefly, since you did answer this question a little bit already, what is the process from if somebody wants a playhouse to the day their kids can play in it? How does that go? Just like really briefly.
Well, we have a forum on our Facebook page that you click on the home page, and then it gives you the roof.
On the Facebook page or on the website?
Both, actually. The website, it goes back to the same page, the link. And then they could see the size. They measure their yard to see what they're working with. And then they fill out the form. They tell us where the windows go, where the door goes, because there might be a wall somewhere that you don't need a window. You want to be able to think about where you're going to see out your kitchen or your back of your house to see the kids inside, all those things, because everything's custom. So they let us know the dimensions, all that, what color paint, what kind of flooring they want. And then, so I send them a quote. And it has all the details on there, the dimensions, the colors, the curtain patterns, the flooring, everything. And then they send a deposit with mostly electronic PayPal, Zelle, Cash App. And we usually have it done within 1 to 2 weeks. Right now we're a little further out because we've gotten really busy, but no more than a month. But in a regular normal time, it's about 1 to 2 weeks, depending on the custom requests.
Awesome. That's so cool. 2 weeks and you could have your own like new house in the backyard. That's so fast.
Exactly. That is fast. People are amazed when I tell them how fast. They're like, wow, that's quick.
Yeah, because you guys have been doing this so many times that you've made the process. You never really took that long, but you know exactly what to do now. Like there's no extra stuff you're doing. You have exactly.
Yeah, no, it used to take longer, but now we have it down.
Cool. All right. Well, if anyone is watching this and thinking about getting a luxury playhouse, you can go to Gigi's Playhouses.com, or you can Google search her on Facebook and she'll probably pop up because she's got a pretty unique business name. But thanks, Mom.
Thank you.
All right, well, I hope you enjoyed that interview, and thank you so much for watching. That was very fun for me to interview my mom and tell more people about what she does. I'm always like trying to share photos of her playhouses and tell people and brag about her, but this was really a chance for me to explain to people what she actually does and what that's like and how it actually came to be. Be sure to give it a thumbs up and subscribe if you want to see more videos like this, and definitely let me know in the comments if you want to see more videos about my mom's business and my mom's playhouses in particular, because I'm also very fascinated by them and I know that they're very unique, so some of you guys might be too. Alright, thank you. I'll see you in the next one.